So I would love to hear just a few rapid fire questions before we wrap. Number one, can you tell me like the moment of greatest glory or one of the moments of really great glory in your marriage with polyamory so far?
Oh, it's so good. They've been recently.
Yeah.
They've been moments where we are like, this is the coolest poly moment. Like, let's give ourselves a pat on the fucking back. Like, fuck yes. And just, we earned it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't bypass any of the super difficult stuff, like the make or break moments in our relationship where we were like, we have to step it up. We have to let go of our ego. We have to do better for each other. We have to do better for our authenticity and what we truly want. And to be fully expressed, to be free, you have to be responsible.
Yeah.
So we got to have these like, fuck yeah, we earned it moments and just being like, wow, like this partner's here and this one's here. And like, it's just available because we made it that way.
Yeah. And what is something that you've expressed online while being a businesswoman that you're most proud of? Like, wow, I did that. I shared that. I owned that. And I'm still successful in business.
I own sharing my money struggles and challenges that I've had where, man, I've been like pivoting my business and adjusting and refining it to be so true to my heart and really what I really want to do. And what that's looked like on the outside has sometimes been confusion or me wondering, do people think I don't get what I'm doing anymore? Or do I look any less put together as a business coach because I have built things and then changed them or adjusted them or failed at certain things? And ultimately, I am like living the fullest expression of myself, and what that looks like in relationship and business is going all in regardless of whether or not you're going to find out at the end that it's not exactly right for you. And there can be so many things that happen, whether it is, you know, adjusting your business and pivoting and then needing to go into a cocoon phase and needing to really be in the void of creativity and reconnecting to your heart and doing your healing in your relationship and being able to be in the fullness of your emotional experience and just own, like, right now I need to be a little bit less financially driven and a little bit more heart driven and a little bit more connecting to my vision for what I really truly want and healing from burnout and different things that can happen when you're like driving forward efforts and ambitions and goals. And I am such an energetic, sensitive person. And there were so many times where I was like, I have to justify this and I have to explain it to people in a way that makes them still see me as an authority. And some of my favorite moments online have been the moments where I let myself just be a human and let myself just be a person that, yes, I'm sharing wisdom and teachings and I'm so happy to do that. But I don't want people to pedestalize me to think that I just have it all together all the time and that I have every single answer there is. And I like having answers. I love that. And then there's a part of me that I've had to grapple with that has needed to let go of the idea that I have all the answers, because of course I don't. I'm 30 years old. There's going to be so many more things that I'm going to go through and grow through and change my perspective on. And I'm so excited for all that. I made this one post that I was like, I am so excited to be 39 and 49 and 60 and just, I can't wait for that. And I'm not in a rush.
Also, like, I'm going to be 129 and not have all the answers.
I love that.
God.
I'm going to be 129 with you. Yeah. I'll be right there.
Going to 130, baby. Those NAD shots.
Yeah.
Woo. And then maybe they'll upload me into a robot. We don't know. My consciousness, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, you can keep it.
Just survive and then turn into a robot. Okay, last question. So your post about your tattoo really touched me.
The one yesterday?
No, the one, it was like a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you posted
I've got a couple of tattoo posts. So.
Oh, okay. You posted a tattoo that was really about like the wholeness and like the claiming of wholeness that just like really moved me. So I would love if you could just express that feeling of what it is to claim your wholeness to yourself and to the whole world.
Beautiful. I forget which one it is, but if I'm thinking of the right one, it might be my tiger one.
Your tiger.
Okay. I was talking about how I went from this idea that I once thought I was going to be a person with tattoos, and this one turned me into a tattooed person.
Yeah.
Which are two different things. They're not the same, right? So in that process, I was getting tattooed and in the pain and the whole thing. And I was, even before, I was like, am I just going to get this massive tattoo that has no meaning? Like in your early tattoo journey days, every tattoo has meaning. And it's like, this has to mean this moment in my life that's so big and meaningful. And there's this joke in the tattoo world of like, first tattoo, consciousness, last tattoo, salami, means nothing, right? So getting this big tattoo that didn't actually have a meaning, I had to sit with this view that I had of myself as a person that just got tattoos versus a tattooed person. And it was just a silly little like mind spiral about identity for me.
Yeah.
And how I view myself and how seamless and how rigid we can be with who we think we are and how silly of ways that can show up of just being a person with tattoos or a tattooed person. And it was like my identity box was breaking in that moment of, oh, I don't have to be any of these boxed in things that I think I need to be. And like what a metaphor for whether that's my purpose or my sexuality or things that have deeper meaning to them.
Yeah.
This thing that seems so mundane and minuscule, that's a tattoo, was actually really impactful for me in breaking down the boundaries of my sense of self.
Yes. And I think that is one of the most powerful journeys we can be on, is allowing our story of who we are to turn to mulch and the truth of us to be reborn in every moment.
Amen.
And I know for me, when I first started putting myself on my line in my 20s, like one thing that felt safe to me was that I was pretty monogamous, pretty straight,
right?
Had like a pretty handsome boyfriend. And when all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, like I'm like turning into a California monogamous queer sex witch who like makes out with my hot friends. And like, I was like, if I tell everyone, are they going to be afraid that Tantra is going to turn them into that? Because there was something comforting of being like, people really looked up to me by saying, oh, like I can do Tantra and be monogamous and, you know, be heterosexual, as though that's like some better thing, which is just such hidden homophobia. And I couldn't be
Catholicism
happier.
And Christianity.
Yeah. Like making love with women is my greatest, hottest joy. And I did that in my early 20s, but then I lost it, you know? And so what I eventually had to tell people was doing Tantra doesn't mean that you'll stay monogamous and straight and safe in your box. Doing Tantra means that you will do what's true.
Yeah.
And if that's monogamy, and if that is heterosexuality, and if that is whatever shape box your identity thinks is safe right now, it will remain true. But the cost of opening to the courage of being alive is that you trade your mental certainty around what you think you should be for the truth of what you are. And I can't tell you what that is, but I do know that it's far more rewarding than staying in your cage.
My heart just expanded when you said that.